So as a psychologist, we have many different techniques that we can use, and certainly when we're dealing with patients, say with depression, we frequently use techniques like cognitive behavioral therapy. But what we're beginning to realize more and more is that many of these people with neuropsychiatric disorders and brain injury actually have cognitive problems. So what's being used by psychologists quite frequently now is what we call cognitive training. And that's a way that we can boost cognition, and we don't use drugs to do this. We just do it through the method of getting people to exercise their brain using a fixed technique. Usually on a computer, the cognitive training is delivered. But what we also found is that healthy people can benefit from this kind of cognitive training. So there's work by Torkel Klingberg at the Karolinska Institute, where he showed that doing cognitive training of working memory in healthy people over quite an extended period of time will actually lead to changes in activations in the brain, but will also lead to changes in D1 receptors in the brain. So this is really interesting, how you can actually modify these circuits in the brain. And some years ago, with my colleague Martin Orrell, we wrote a paper for the British Medical Journal called Use It or Lose It. And it was really all about the fact that we have to work areas of the brain if we want to keep them active. So in the way that people do crossword puzzles or Sudoku or other ways to sort of, or go on lifelong learning courses to really stimulate their brain, this is a very important thing to do. And we really need to do this lifelong. So we know that cognitive training works. So people like Till Wykes at the Institute of Psychiatry have actually done meta-analysis looking at the effects of cognitive training along with other forms of rehabilitation on patients with schizophrenia. And she's been able to show that this training has a moderate effect size on cognition, but also has a moderate effect size on psychosocial functioning. So by doing this, not only do the patients get the benefit of an improved cognition, but this has a knock-on effect on their functionality in every day, in that their psychosocial functioning improves.